able to unmute yourself, but if you can just start with sharing your story for those that don't really know who you are, I would appreciate it.
Hello, team. I'm excited to do this with y'all. Turn your cameras on, people. I don't like talking to screens names, so turn your cameras on. Let me see you. Okay, so I'm excited to do this. If y'all don't know me, I'm sure you do at this point, so we'll keep it short. But in a couple of months, I've been here for 4 years, and I just joined for a couple $100 when I first joined. It wasn't like I had some crazy expectations of where this was going to take me. I just wanted a little bit extra, and I was able to go to college and pay for my tuition in cash and truly just see that this was my passion, not what I thought that I was going to do with my life, but I realized that it was. And I dropped college, pursued this business full time, and I've changed more lives than I ever thought that I would. I just wanted to change my own, and it turns out that when you do something wholeheartedly and you follow the path that God has for you, it's kind of funny the things that come out of it. And I've been able to do things I never thought that I'd ever be able to do in my life. I'm sitting in my home, in the car, in the driveway, and my bills are paid, and I lead an incredible team of amazing humans like you, and I'm excited to share tips with y'all.
Yes, I'm just so excited. If you guys don't realize, Shey, I cannot believe it's almost been 4 years. Like, my 3 years is coming up on Friday, and it's crazy to think that we've been doing this for so long together, but especially going from riding in little toy Corvettes with one another. Now we're here. But so yeah, I'm just super excited to have you on here. But the first question we have for you tonight is basically just like, what is working for you right now? Because if you guys don't know, Shey is literally going double diamond on her 2.0 right now. So like, stuff is happening, stuff is working. So share us all of your goodies.
I'm still like 800 away, so I'm just like living on a prayer. But post to post always work for me, and I will always smack people in the face when they try to say that they don't. You just have to pivot. You have to change the things that are not working. Like, my host to post has changed about 6 times since April, and that's how I still get customers from it. I do a lot of them. I just share, and I would rather do host to post all day long because it's growing my network. I'm having good quality conversations with people. I'm able to add people to my social media so that they're seeing my posts. Like, it just, even if you feel like it's not working, it's just, you're not seeing the immediate results with it. That's why you think that it's not working. A lot of my customers, I think that after today, I think I've enrolled 13 now, which, it's a good amount, but it's not what I typically enroll, but I'm still doing the same things that I've always done. And so I felt all month like, man, like I should be enrolling more. Like, I feel like I'm doing a lot of work. I'm putting in a lot of post to post, like all this stuff. And I realized that sometimes you're not going to see those results right away. And I had to remind myself about that. So sorry, it's probably going to ring. I'm getting a call. But I got customers from people that I added. There it went. I love Apple products. It's like you hang up on one thing and it rings all through your house, on your iPad, on your computer, on everything. Okay, so my dad just texted me, sorry, I'm a squirrel. But I got customers from the people that I added. So it wasn't even that I got customers from that actual host to post. It was from me getting new people to my page, me posting about the TFX and the cleanse and, fat fighters and any of those little product posts, especially the ones that we do like crazy at the end of the month. People are commenting on those that I added from host to post, and I just remember their names. So that's a super big thing that's always working for me. Even if I don't feel like I'm getting results, I still do them. Even if I'm not getting any comments, I still post them because they're doing more work than you think. Just because you're not getting comments on them does not mean that you're not going to get customers. Even the people that have posted for me, just because they posted for me, it's like a relationship builder. Okay, they posted for me, even if they got no comments, they're going to be watching my post still, and they're going to enroll with me because we've talked before. So make sure you're doing host to post. Another thing is with my promotion, listen, it's the 4th quarter of the year. And most people don't promote at the second half of the year. They don't. This is planting season. This is a moment where we're talking to people, having conversations, building our networks, doing all the behind the scenes things so that when the beginning of the year comes, we're ready for a boom. I decided this year that that was bogus, and I wasn't going to allow that to control what I did with my business. And I opened my 2.0 account May 18th or something. So June was my first month of working the business with my 2.0 account. I promoted to Ruby. I promoted to Emerald. I promoted to Diamond 2 months ago. I got my dad's account to Diamond last month. I'm going double Diamond this month. So truly, guys, if you just think this is what I'm doing. I've decided I'm going to do the same work that I've always done. I'm going to get people in the system. I'm going to enroll customers the same way that I always do. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a slow season. It doesn't have to mean your volume's going down. My 2.0 volume was 6,000 2 months ago, and it just hit 15,000 this month. I'm telling you, it is all a mindset. It is all up here. Everything that you do starts with the upstairs. Your conversations, the people you're talking to. I know Cheyenne wanted me to talk about that, so I'm just going to flow it in there right now. Those of you that are feeling like you're not enrolling customers, I want you to ask yourself, when you're talking to somebody and you're having a conversation with somebody, do you in the back of your head expect them to say that it's too expensive? Do you in the back of your head get nervous before you send the pricing message because you're afraid that they're going to say that it's too expensive? You have to make sure that you're thinking about, when you go into that conversation, that you're starting it with an expectant heart. You're expecting them to say, yes, I know that this business was $99 for me to join. And I have turned that $99 into $500,000 in commissions from this business. $99, $500,000. Anybody had the same exact opportunity that I had when I joined this business. Every single one of you can do the exact same thing that I've done. The difference is I go into those conversations because and expecting them to say that that is cheap. I'm doing them a service. I am giving them a business that completely can transform their entire life for $99. And we have conference codes right now and an entire thread in the team page. So if you don't have codes, go snag one from there. It's $39. $39. Imagine if I would have had a discount code when I got started, I would have paid $39 to get a $500,000 comeback in commissions. Is that not insane to you? It's insane to me. It blows my mind. I literally paid $99 to change my life. And so that's the confidence that I have. And maybe it hasn't done the same for you, but I want you to think about what it's done for other people, because it can do the same for you. Same with customers. Our products are $30, you guys. A family of 3 goes to Taco Bell and spends $30, okay? They can buy a cleanse. When people say they're too broke or they can't afford it, it's not that they don't have $30. It's that they don't see the value in the product that you're sharing. And so when you share this product and you share your own before and afters and you're super excited, people will spend any amounts of money on it. I've had people tell me, I can't afford the $25 product, but by the end of the conversation, they've got a triple threat. Like, I thought you were too broke to get the $25 product, but it's because I added value. I told them, this is what it's done for me. I've lost 21 pounds. I feel confident as heck. I know that this works. I share my customers before and afters. And so they see that excitement and they feel that through the conversation, and then they buy from me from that way. So you should go into every conversation making sure that your mind is right. Same thing with promoting. Same thing with what is working for me right now. Me and you could be doing the same thing. But if you are not having a positive mindset before you do that actual thing, that's the difference between me and you. Like, if that's the difference between it not working and working for you. I did host to post all day long today, and that's how I got my 3 customers today, was host to post. So then on the other hand, there's people like, it's not working. I'm not getting anything from it. Well, I was talking to Rachel and another leader, Rachel Jones, she's ambassador. We were talking about host to post, and she was like, I got 6 customers yesterday from host to post. I was so excited. When I was in the same conversation with somebody else and they were like, dude, I had to stop doing host to post. They weren't working for me. I was like, what the heck? Like, this makes no sense. So that's how I know that it does. It's just you having to make sure that you put in the numbers every single day. So well, that answered it.
Yeah, I love that. Another thing I wanted to add too is how she was talking about doing like product posts. I don't know why I only do these at the end of the month, and it makes me mad because it's also something that you guys were talking about earlier on the Diamond and Above Zoom, like the month in madness. But I've been doing like a host to post every single morning on Facebook and now on Instagram. And literally yesterday I signed 2 Fat Fighter customers. Like, okay, yeah, 50 BV, woohoo. But that was 50 BV I didn't have. And it literally is just from me throwing up a post. And like my potentials list right now, from the TFX post I did, the Fat Fighters, and the HSN, it is crazy. Like, I literally posted on this earlier today, and there's 3 comments on it already. 2 of them are from you guys in the business, but one of them is, I want my hair to grow out faster, or these like week per week. So already one person has commented on this product post. And then for Instagram, I literally just go in and archive them in the morning. So they're not like on my page, but just doing little things like that. And then another thing was that I wanted to add on to that was I kind of got into the mindset of like, host posts don't work for me, but like I know they work for other people. So like I'm gonna like continue doing host to post, but like also do other things. And my host to post have been blowing up this month. Like I have effortlessly gotten up at least 10 host to post, but at least 15 a day. Today I've gotten up almost 30. And I'm like, what the heck? Like I didn't post anything. It literally is just from being consistent. And that's how I'm getting all of these customers right now. And it's just crazy the way that you can like flip your mindset to make that work. But I love that so, so much. So the next thing I wanted you to talk about was, okay, we're going to kind of flip around these questions here. But so the next thing I want to ask is basically just like talking about how like success takes time. And I know you kind of touched on this when you were talking about like what's working for you right now, but just kind of talking about how like you do have to plant those seeds and put in the work behind it to make like the results come. So can you just kind of touch on that a little bit also?
Yeah, and when I think about the end of the year, or let's go back to the beginning of the year when we had 100 promotions a month, every single month, because we had so many people promoting, so many new customers, so many new distributors. All of those people, I can guarantee probably over 50% of those people had had previous conversations. They were seeds that were planted months and months and months before that were just being harvested throughout the beginning of the year because they had shared the products, they had shared the results, they shared the business, they shared their excitement. They followed up with those people, they talked to them, they talked about the goals that they were pushing for. And then finally, those seeds were harvested from the fertilizer they had done for the last 6 months. I think a lot of times when we look left and we look right and we see these people promoting, we don't realize that there's a lot of things behind the scenes that had to happen in order for that to happen. There were a lot of customer conversations, a lot of follow-ups, a lot of going live, a lot of, little things in between that made those people finally say yes to that. And so when it comes to where you want to be, like think about it. I want you to think about where you want to be at the beginning of boom season. You could easily be triple diamond by the very beginning of the year. Easily. You could be double diamond. Those of you that are diamonds on here, you could be triple diamond so soon if you take this part of the year seriously. If you make sure that you are planting seeds one after another, if you're talking to people, having conversations, doing your host to post every day, growing your Facebook friends list, making sure that you're following people. This is a big, big disconnect that people have is you're just not growing your network enough. When it comes to your Instagram, you're not following new people, getting new people to your page. So therefore, when it is boom season, you have no seeds to harvest because you don't have anyone else to see what you're doing. And so make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you're doing your host to post that are going to be growing your network, having good quality conversations. Because when I go through my Messenger app and I search my host to post, it pulls up thousands of conversations. And those are all people that I can go back and follow up with that haven't ordered from me, that posted for me, but maybe still, might be interested. So I just want to make sure that y'all are planting those seeds so that you can harvest them at the beginning of the new year, because it sucks when that new year comes and you realize that you didn't have any seeds to plant, so you have nothing to harvest. And you're going to see all these people mass enrolling customers, promoting super fast, getting all these distributors, and you get left behind, and it sucks. And I don't want that for you. And I want to make sure that you're putting in the work now so that you can reap the benefits when we all do.
Sorry, I was typing in the chat, but I made that mistake last year, you guys. I made that mistake of like getting in my head and just like literally not planting the seeds, anything through this time of the year last year. And like that was like one of the biggest mistakes I made. Like if I could go back and change time, I would go back and change that because I know it would have different results, but just don't do that. Like plant these seeds and make sure that you guys are having these conversations with people, because like that is what's going to carry you into the boom season. I know like for myself, whenever I had first gotten started, this was like the time of year. I mean, this is literally the year I joined, or the time of the year I joined 3 years ago. And I went executive in November. And then I went like Ruby in February, Emerald in March, Diamond in June, and then Double in September. And that was all carried on through the conversations that I was having at the beginning of the year, and just making sure that you guys are following up and all of that stuff too. I remember the other Friday, I went back and followed up with basically everyone I could, and I literally signed 4 customers that day, and I was on top of the freaking world. I was like, okay, never not doing follow-ups again, holy crap, because I signed 4 customers, and it was over like, I think 300 BV, and it was just crazy. So like, just don't miss out on that, because you can have that same success. You just have to be willing to put in that work behind it. So I love that so much. The next thing I want to talk about was, this is more or less kind of a leadership question, but obviously at this point now, with you being 4 years in, like you have a large team. So how do you handle just kind of leading everyone, and then even just also speak on those of everyone that are on here that maybe don't have a large team, but they're like growing into their leadership? Because I know whenever I was like going diamond and going double, it became difficult to try and manage everything. So like, what are your biggest tips for that too?
Yeah, so I think that it's something that I had to learn and fail a lot of times. Like when it comes to leading my big team, like I didn't start with a big team. I started with a really small team. I started with the same size team that y'all have. I've had the same size team as all of you on here. Just think about that. Let that settle in for a second. At one point, I had 2 people on my team. I had 5 people on my team. I had a diamond team that wasn't working. I had a double team that wasn't working. I have 4,500 people in my downline that I don't even know, probably more than 10% of them actually show up to anything. But at the end of the day, I do have a lot on my plate, and I do have a lot of people at any given time. Like right now, I think I have 86 text messages. As soon as I filter through some of them, they all come back because they reply. I can't catch up ever. It's like, here's the water and this is me, like up and down, up and down. And I also have trainings every week and leadership questions and leader Zooms and corporate Zooms and power hours and new distributor trainings and going live in the team page, accepting. I mean, there's a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it was baby steps to get here. It's kind of like, you wouldn't just get thrown into some management position and not know how to do it. Like you'll learn how to cope, and kind of like being a server, like you get better at being a server. I think all the time, how many of y'all ever go to a restaurant and you're like, I would have already forgot that order as soon as I turned around from the table. I already forgot it. I don't even remember what I ordered, and you're supposed to remember it, but they get better at it. You keep showing up and you keep learning them, and you keep figuring out the things to where one day those people become supervisors. Like you build your way up the ladder. And so for those of you now that feel like you don't have a team, show up as if your team is massive. I challenge you that. Show up as if your team is massive. Lead them in the way that you have 500 people on your trainings. I don't care if there's 2 people that show up. I don't care if there's 1 person that replies to your responses in your chat. Act as if there's 500, because the way that you show up for them is the way that you're going to show up for your future team. And if you don't practice now when there's nobody, okay, take advantage of this moment where you're learning without having the pressure of having 500 people texting you every day. And I want y'all to take that as a perspective of you're going through something that's helping you grow. You're growing through a period of time where you don't have a lot of responsibility and a lot of people and a lot of obligations, to where when you do, you're ready. You already led the Zooms with 2 people. You already sent stuff in the chat with 5 people, responding to your messages and to, whatever you send in the chat. And so just keep showing up, just keep sharing it, because every person that enrolls with your team, you're getting better and better at learning how to handle having people that need you. And, even with those people that you feel like don't care and they're not messaging you, they're still watching what you do. And so the example that you said is what's being created as a culture in your downline. Because if you have 2 people on your team, those could be the next diamonds on your team. So if you're teaching them how to lead now, they're going to know how to lead their future teams. You see what I mean? Sometimes we don't look at that bigger picture and understand that there are always people watching us, always. And the example that you're setting is the example that they're going to follow.
I love that. And I remember, like, it's crazy to think about, like, just thinking about our team Zooms, like, way back in the day, you guys, like, if you guys were on our Sunday team training, there was, like, 200-300 people on. Our team Zooms used to literally be 5 of us. Like, legitimately. It was me, Shey, Kay, Abby, and a couple other people. Like, that was it. And now our team Zooms are filled with 200-300 people. Like, it's crazy, but like it started out with this like little bitty group of people just like, barely making it by, but look at where it is now. And that was one thing that I know I struggled with for the longest time, was seeing the bigger picture of things, because I was like, that's not what I see now. Like, I can't see what's in the future. This is what's in front of me, and it's not making me happy. It was one of those things I had to grow through so much, like in my leadership and everything, because I remember like the first time I did a team Zoom, there was like 6 people, and I called Shey and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't want to do this. And she was like, you have to pour into those 6 people. And like, now our 6 is 12. Okay. So it's doubled. It's fine. Because like that number is still going to get bigger. Like, I remember the other day our team Zoom had like 60 people on it. I was like, okay, here we go. But like that number is just going to go back and forth, you guys. So if you guys are just pouring into the people you have now. Like, I remember when my team Zooms used to just be like, it would, I mean, I didn't even know. It was just crazy. There's like 4 of us on, but those people are now the diamond and above leaders on our team, just like she said. So it's just crazy to kind of like, once you do see that like full circle of everything, it's like, oh, my leader wasn't crazy. She actually did make sense. So it's crazy. But going off of that, this is just the last question I have for you, unless anyone else has any questions, and you guys can throw them in the chat and we'll get to them. But basically, this is like such a vague question, but I want you to just cast vision for us, like kind of touch on like dreaming bigger, and like, where do you just like see your team going like within the last quarter and like into 2021? Because I mean, I just like feel some type of way about it. Like, I feel like it's about to be a huge year. So I just kind of wanted you to touch on that too.
What's crazy is I thought about this like all day long, because I just get so excited when I'm promoting and we have people already promoting, and I just get so excited about that because I just think back to April and going ambassador and then having triple diamonds pop and popping a presidential diamond, and just thinking about where we were last year in 2019. For those of you that have been there that long, like, we thought we were going ambassador then, but we popped triple diamonds and we hit the highest volume we'd ever hit. And I made the most money I ever made. Like, it was just a crazy year. And the year before that, at that time, like, if I think, year to year, they always say never compare your business week to week or month to month, to always look year to year. And some of you that haven't been here for a year, you're going to be able to do this in the future. But I think back to 2017, in April, I had gone diamond for the first time, and I felt like on top of the world, and I was so excited. A year later, I was maintaining executive and I was sucking so bad in my business, and I wanted so badly to be successful. A year later, I was a presidential diamond. I was making an ambassador pay. We almost went ambassador. And then a year after that, we were ambassador diamond. And it's so crazy to think that, like, if I look year to year, how much my life changed. And so if you go back to my YouTube channel, you can even see the progression of our team growth. I used to have 2 people on my team Zoom. Like, that's why I tell y'all to serve the people that you have, because one person on there went diamond and she's still on the team. So when I think about that, and I'm pretty sure it was Cheyenne. So when I think about the fact of the matter is that you have to think about where you are now, but where will you be a year from now? Where will you be a year after that? And when I think about our team, I think about the fact that what I just told y'all, but also, where are we going to be next year? I've had on my dream board that we're going to clear out 2 rows at VIP. And although conference is not going to be like we planned for it to be, because the world is just so freaking crazy, I feel like we're going to have enough people to clear out 2 rows at conference at VIP. Like, I just really feel that. And I have so many things on there. I have 10 personally enrolled diamonds, like so many things for our team, going double ambassador, being the youngest double ambassador team. Like, that's what excites me. And then Danny girl on here is going to replace me someday. But I just think about all that stuff, and it just makes me so excited. And even in the moments that I don't really feel great about my business and I feel super down, or I feel like I should be farther, I just look back even a couple months ago, even a year ago. And so think about where you are in your business right now and where you thought that you would be. And you're probably a lot farther along than you ever thought that you'd be. Because when I joined, I had no expectations. I didn't think that I'd even make a couple $100s from this business. So even going Ruby was far past my expectations. And so think about that for a little bit and just think about where you want to be. Because I know that being a part of Courtney Boer's team, all of y'all are on her team, watching her go double ambassador shows me that I can go double ambassador. And hopefully when I win ambassador, it shows each of you that you can go ambassador. And so when you're a part of something bigger than you, it just shows you what's possible. And that's what always keeps my vision excited, is because I see all these other people doing it. Why can't I? And that's how my vision just continues to grow. So you're a part of something bigger than you, and you're going double ambassador at some point at the beginning of next year, and we're doing big things. And I've always said I want 10 people in top 150 this next year, after like 2021. And I just feel like that's going to happen. And those are the things that I think about all the time, and I just get really excited about it. So do that for your own team, because next year those things are going to come true, and then you're just going to have to keep dreaming bigger and stretching yourself even more.
Yeah, I love that so much. Like, I can't remember who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone just about, like, they're like, what are your goals for 2021? And I was like, I'm going to be promoting or double promoting to ambassador. So I don't know what y'all are doing. I was like, I will be ambassador diamond by the end of 2021. I'm so tired of it. Like, I think I did like a little leader Zoom thing the other night, and I was like, it's crazy to think about, but like one day I'm going to be working on a 2.0. And I was like, "Bleh." Like, it's crazy to think about. And like,
That's
I'm
what's
gonna
crazy is
have,
I was already building my 2.0 before I went ambassador. I was already diamond 2.0 in my head. I was like, man, if I could just get to ambassador, I'm going to build a diamond in 2 seconds. And because I had that mindset right after I opened my 2.0, I went diamond in 2 seconds because I just already like predestined myself to doing that.
yeah, I just love that so much. I can't even speak. It's fine. I'm just really excited. I just know our team's going to do such huge things here in the next couple of months and like leading into 2021, which is also weird to talk about, but that's a different conversation. But thank you so much for hopping on with us tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and stop